First scene from A Portrait. Fade in, exterior redwood forest stream pre-dawn. In a secluded forest near Ben Lomond, California, mist billows through a soft, cool light dividing the monolithic trees. Condensation spills from a fern. Soil and leaves crunch beneath a traversing boot. Ian, 30s, a shy, unkempt, and solitary man with pitch-black hair and olive skin, removes his glasses, followed by his shirt as he walks. A bubbling stream is nearby. A splash of water disturbs the silence. Ian wades nude in the shallow brook. His clothes and a notebook for drawing sit atop a nearby fallen tree trunk. He stands up in the water and takes a deep breath. Exterior gas station, Highway 1, day. Joseph, 20s, is a strikingly handsome man with dark skin, tight dreads, and eyes lit with unease. He reads a letter as he pumps gas into his very used sedan.
If you can let me into your life, I promise you, I will never leave it again.
The gas tank fills to the brim and splashes everywhere. He groans, removes the nozzle from the intake, gets in his car, and continues north on Highway 1 in California. Exterior redwood forest stream, morning. Sunlight falls onto Ian, who lies awake on a narrow, pebbled bank of the stream as he dries off. He rolls over, grabs his notebook and pencil, and eyes something off in the distance. His eyes dart, attentively traversing the landscape as he moves his pencil across the paper. Mere moments later, he crumples the page. Exterior, Joseph's car, Highway 1, shoulder, evening. Joseph watches the sunset over the Pacific with the letter stuffed in his pocket. Exterior, Ian's cabin, morning. Ian walks on a dirt path surrounded by woods, passing an old red pickup truck on his way to the doorstep of his modestly sized cabin. A dog barks from inside. Interior, Ian's cabin, morning, continuous. As Ian enters his austerely decorated one-room home, he is greeted by Christopher, a husky who trots past a work desk blanketed with paints, brushes, solvents, and canvases. A single, medium-sized blank canvas towers over the desk, perched up on an easel.
Good morning, Christopher.
Ian reaches into his pocket and gives Christopher a treat. Christopher gobbles it up.
Yes. Delicious.
Interior, Ian's cabin, bathroom, morning. A shower head squeaks closed. Ian towels off his damp hair and buttons his shirt. He inspects himself in a nearby mirror. Beard's a little long.
What do we think? Trim? Yes? No?
Christopher blankly looks at him. Interior, exterior, Ian's pickup, morning. Ian drives on a small rural road through dense forest with Christopher in the passenger seat. He bites into an apple. His beard is now nicely trimmed. Exterior, plant nursery, day. Ian sits at a table of small potted plants, doodling in his notebook. Christopher rests near Ian. Organizing the table next to him is Elizabeth, late 40s, an energetic woman whose braided hair brand her firmly as a Generation Xer, along with Jorge, late 30s, her wry business partner, who dons a perfectly combed mustache and a mustard-colored beanie.
What about blue shirt at 10 o'clock?
A man in a blue shirt inspects a plant a few rows over. Ian glances at him, barely looking up from his drawing.
No?
Ian scoffs.
Give it up, Miss Elizabeth.
You're assuming he isn't straight.
Elizabeth rolls her eyes.
Well, so anyway, I was saying, Sarah's excited to see what you've been making. How has your little residency in the woods been coming along?
Ian nervously nods.
And don't lie.
Ian slumps down.
I just haven't cracked it yet.
It's like food. Don't overthink it. If it tastes good, it tastes good.
I'm sure it will come together. We've got some fellow collector friends from another life who are dying to see your stuff.
Ian lets out a sigh as a customer approaches.
Hi there.
Montage. The day moves along as Ian speaks to a handful of customers, restocks supplies, and organizes the endless row of plants. Ian tries to sketch, but once again ends up crumpling the page into a ball and tossing it into a nearby bin. Ian opens the door of his pickup truck with a bag of produce and places the bag inside. Christopher follows. End montage. Elizabeth and Jorge approach Ian as they all leave the shop for the day.
And you, always with the I'm busy, you should come out with us.
I don't think he likes us very much.
No, I've been busy with, the painting and all.
Jorge laughs.
Jorge.
Elizabeth turns to Ian as he gets into his pickup.
Ignore him.
Jorge laughs again and walks to his car.
I like my routine. I like coming home to peace and quiet.
Ian's expression seems to faintly disagree with his own words.
Well, suit yourself.
Elizabeth starts off following Jorge. She pauses and turns back to him.
It's okay to deviate from the routine now and then.
Ian smiles, nods, and shuts the door. Interior, exterior, Joseph's car, street, evening. Joseph's bare feet dangle just outside of the back rear window of his parked car. In the back seat, Joseph lays sprawled out, staring at the ceiling. The letter is beside him. He sits up. A little ways away, just outside the windshield before him, is a street sign for Ben Lomond. Interior, Ian's cabin, evening. Ian enters through the front door with his bag of produce in hand, a handful of mail, and Christopher at his ankles. Ian places the bag on the countertop in the kitchenette and kneels down to nuzzle up to Christopher.
That's right, we had a good day, didn't we? Didn't we?
Ian stands back up and flips through the mail. Nothing of interest. He sighs. Interior, exterior, Ian's cabin, night, montage. A soft glow emits from the cabin in the now darkened forest. Ian makes a red sauce out of some fresh tomatoes. He sits alone and sips a glass of wine as he eats his pasta. Nearby, Christopher inhales his dinner out of a dog bowl. He takes out the trash. He lies in bed reading a book. His phone buzzes nearby. Later.
Yes, I know, Mom. I know. I know. You don't need to keep reminding me. Yeah, I'm doing better. Love you.
He hangs up and tosses the phone beside him. Ian lies in bed with his book in his hands. He isn't even reading anymore. Instead, he just stares at the blank canvas on his desk on the opposite side of the room. The cabin has never been this quiet. The hum and chirp of the insects outside slowly make their way in. Christopher yawns. The wood creaks. Ian removes his reading glasses, placing them on the nightstand, and switches off the lamp. It's click, a comparative gunshot to the rest of the ambiance. The cabin goes dark. Exterior, redwood forest, stream, pre-dawn. Ian emerges from the stream and walks up onto the shore. He looks over to his notebook, positioned neatly on his pile of clothes. He stands there for a moment, indecisively. Raindrops intermittently start smacking the ground. He looks up. Interior, Ian's cabin, morning. Ian bursts through the front door, soaked. The rain is pouring outside. His notebook is wet. He sets it aside.
Shit.
Christopher approaches him. Ian reaches into his pocket for a treat and gives it to him.
Sorry, bud. It's a little soggy.
Ian wipes his face and his eyes meet the empty canvas. The canvas stares right back. Out of nowhere, he rushes over to it, picks it up, and chucks it on the floor. Suddenly, the sound of a car rolling into the dirt driveway redirects Ian's attention away from his adversarial canvas back to his front door. The engine sputters off. The car door opens and closes. Some footsteps track through the dirt and mud and then onto the wooden front steps until eventually there's a knock at the front door. Ian's eyes go wide. Christopher perks up.
Easy boy.
Ian and Christopher approach the door and open it. Exterior, Ian's cabin, day, continuous. Joseph stands at Ian's doorstep, soaking in a denim jacket and hoodie, anxious and confused, the letter in his hand.
Hi.
Hi. Can I help you?
Yeah, sorry, this is... Is there a Marietta that lives here?
Marietta? No. No, just me.
I see.
Never met any of the previous owners.
Joseph scratches his eyebrow, wipes his eyes, and addresses the ground.
Okay.
Ian examines the now distraught and motionless Joseph for a moment.
Is there anything else I can help you with?
Joseph is lost in his thoughts, but readdresses Ian.
No. Thank you. Sorry to bother you.
Joseph turns from the door and walks back over to his car.